I Chris Paul and are you Scott Foster?
Yeah.
Did I just get
You just got
ejected
tossed.
for doing absolutely nothing?
Yep, for doing nothing.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Is that another one?
Jacob! Get out of here!
Who am I?
Also Chris Paul.
No, you're Cliff Paul.
Oh.
And I'm your host, Shane Diefenbach, joined in person as always by Sean DePaz
Here we go.
on this fantastically
Oh
terrifying
my God, I thought it was Wednesday.
Tuesday. What?
I'm sad.
Oh,
Oh my
Jacob
God.
was just dabbing. We look great today.
We do look great.
Nothing like two guys who just want
A
to.
couple of cuties on a
Just
Tuesday.
being adorable as shit early in the week.
There's nothing like two guys who just want Chris Paul's 13-game losing streak in the playoffs with Scott Foster reffing games to break.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. Before we get into everything tonight, there was a lot of good stuff last night.
Oh, boy.
One of the best sports nights in a while.
What? Oh my God.
We
what a
had
night of
two
NHL
overtime
hockey.
playoff hockey games
At the same time.
at the same time, and both road teams won, which was phenomenal. We had Draymond Green stepping on somebody, and we had
Was
the
it a warranted
Sacramento
question mark?
Kings go up 2-0
Like I tried to tell y'all,
on the defending
although I
champions.
did pick the Golden State Warriors yesterday, I tried to tell y'all that the Sacramento Kings were not here playing around. They weren't not messing with this team.
The
Like the
Warriors were
beam.
still winning in 6, though, right?
No.
Wow.
This is the Kings series.
You think the Kings win this series?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I'm
can see
done
it.
has been said.
Let's start with that game then. So when I came in the office, Sean and I were talking, and he was like, Draymond stomped on him. And I was like, no, he didn't. He didn't stomp on him. And I didn't see the replay. I mean, I watched the replay last night, but I didn't look at it after the fact. Then I watched it again this morning. He definitely stomped on him. However,
Did he deserve it? Question mark.
Sabonis deserved getting, he didn't deserve to get stomped on, but
It was a fuck around find out.
if Sabonis got up and just walked off the court and been like, ow, my ribs hurt, it's fine. I think it's fine. But it's the fact that he was wallowing in pain and
I thought he broke his ribs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I didn't actually, but the way he was reacting made it seem like he broke his ribs.
for sure. And he was down for about 5 minutes. And when players get hurt, and that's okay. But don't come back in the game and miss 2 free throws and then play the rest of the game. Don't do that. Hopefully he was just tough manning, and well, actually I don't want to say hopefully because that would insinuate that he did break his ribs.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe it really
credit
hurt.
to him if he was tough manning.
Yes.
But I hope he was lying because I don't want him to actually be hurt.
Yeah. I think we just heard Demontis Sabonis in our office.
Oh, he's a whole 13 feet tall.
Someone just screamed. Yeah. From a basketball perspective, the Sacramento Kings are younger, deeper, and they play faster than the Warriors, which is something I didn't expect. But also, they just want it more, it feels like. Kevin Huerter, 3 for 12 or whatever he was last night. Terrible game offensively, but impacted the game in many other ways.
He was
De'Aaron Fox.
6 for 14.
6 for 14. De'Aaron Fox had 11 points in the fourth quarter. He's a top 3-point guard in the NBA right now.
Well, considering that only 16 teams are playing, I'd probably agree with you.
Let's do it. Who's the number 1 point guard in the NBA? Steph Curry still?
Yeah.
Okay. Then who?
Are we just doing playoff teams or? I don't know. I mean, I still have a hard time not giving Kyrie that.
Well, is Luka a point guard?
That's also a good question. I'm going to say no.
Okay. I would go. Shit.
Oh, I still love Dame. I still love Dame.
I put him 3 below Kyrie and above Ja. And above Dame.
I'll put him above Ja. I don't know about Dame, but Dame's not playing right now, so I'll give it to you, De'Aaron.
I think Ja's better than Dame because Ja wins games. Dame scores points, but Dame doesn't really get any help. Dame, get out of there.
Please, for the love of God.
Please
I don't
get
think anyone has ever won anyone. I don't think anyone has ever been more on the same
Yeah.
page. Like I feel like even Trailblazers at this point are like, we don't deserve you.
Jean-Paul Edward de Dio says, if we lose the series, Monty deserves to get fired. I'm willing to have that conversation because it did feel like, but it's so easy to shift the blame on the coaches. It totally is.
I mean,
but
it depends on why they lose, I think. But
it's even easier to shift the blame on the coaches when you have Kevin Durant and you're losing games.
yeah, and you're experimenting with your starting lineup in game 1 of the playoffs.
Yes, Kyrie is better than Ja.
Yes, that is easy.
There's a parade inside my city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about that game?
Nah.
Kings and 6?
I mean, the only thing I will say as far as the Warriors are concerned is they've missed 32 plus threes in both these games now. I don't see that continuing at home. So I'm not going to be surprised if this game ends up going 7 and everyone just wins their home games, or the series ends up going 7. But I as far as game 3 is concerned, I'm going to take the Warriors for the same reason I took the Warriors in game 2, is because I just don't expect them to shoot that poorly from 3 again.
I had Warriors first quarter money line on BetMGM last night. That hit. Thank God, because in the first game, Jordan Poole. Okay, can we have this conversation about Jordan Poole real fast?
Yes.
Is Jordan Poole the most overrated player in the NBA? He's up there.
He's definitely up there. The problem is that it's not like he hasn't played well before. So it's not like people are saying he's good without seeing that he's capable of playing as good as people are saying he is. Well, if that makes sense, but no, he's not as good. He's not good enough consistently for people to think he's as good as he is.
I think he's really good at scoring the ball. I almost said on offense, but he's not great on offense because he turns the ball over a lot. It makes some dumb decisions.
Yeah.
I do have a little extra hate for him because in game 1, Warriors first quarter money line, they're up by 2 with 20 seconds to go and they had the ball. You can hold for the last shot because the shot clock is off. And what does he do? Turn the ball over and give up a layup give up a layup who they ended up fouling him. So he shot 2 free throws, made them, and they tied, and it was a push. I don't like that. And I don't like Jordan Poole, but I do like making money on BetMGM. Guys, we got some fun things going on.
Yeah, we do.
At the BetMGM Sportsbook. Coming soon. Coming real soon. Soon as Thursday.
Oh.
Some might even say.
Some
might be me. Please join us at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium for all Suns away playoff games when the Suns are up 1-1 and they're trying to make it 2-1 because they just broke the Scott Foster curse. You can come watch with our PHNX Suns crew at the watch parties presented by Neutral that will feature food and drink specials, PHNX giveaways, and BetMGM deposit matches. Join us by grabbing your free ticket in the show notes. And if you haven't signed up just yet for BetMGM, use bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live, but for our Arizona audience, you will get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You just got to download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code PHNX. Place a pregame moneyline wager in the amount of at least $10 at any market at standard odds price, and you will receive $10 in bonus bets instantly, regardless of the outcome of your $100, I should say, of your wager. Just make sure you use bonus code PHNX when you sign up. And now my beautiful voice.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Let's talk NHL real fast.
Parade inside my Sportsbook A.
What?
I said it's a parade inside my Sportsbook A.
Okay. The Wild and the Stars went into overtime.
Oh my God, the playoffs are amazing. I love the NHL.
Is it
playoffs.
Ottinger or Ettinger?
Ottinger.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ottinger went stupid
he
last
went
night.
God mode.
And then
just like he did last year.
Yeah.
In Game 7 last year.
Who was that saved the game for the Wild on the juicy rebound?
I don't remember.
There
was literally two postseason or overtime games happening at once, so my attention was split.
Well, this happened right after the Kings scored.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both road teams win in overtime, and then the other two games, the Hurricanes took care of business against the Islanders. I think the Hurricanes are going to roll in that series.
I don't. I have the Islanders.
Really?
The Islanders were the better team for a decent amount. Like the Islanders had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
That game could have been a lot more lopsided.
I mean, and Sorokin can go crazy.
Yeah, and Sorokin can
any
go
given
over it,
night. But this shouldn't be a series. The Bruins and the Panthers. I think the Bruins should. I mean, dude, the Bruins were sick last night.
No, yeah, the Bruins did not. All I will say is that
like physically ill.
Yeah, no, they were for sure. All I will say is that like the Panthers had an opportunity in that game, and the Panthers were playing the best hockey of any team in the NHL coming into it. Or like the other side of the Bruins. Yeah. Obviously, I guess the Bruins are still the Bruins, but Kachuk is playing like a top 10 player in hockey, low key, like over this last stretch. So, but yeah, no, it probably shouldn't be much of a series.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our picks for tonight.
Yeah.
Got 3 NBA games, 4 NHL games. I love the NHL slate tonight, just from a pure watching perspective, but also from a betting perspective. Let's see what I got. We'll start with me today. Playoffs. Give me the Clippers and Suns over 226. The over just barely hit on a last-second dunk in game 1. I think it flies through. I think the over hits easily in this game because of Scott Foster refereeing. I think there's going to be a lot of foul calls, whether it's 4 against the Suns, makeup calls. This game's going to slow down. And I like the over in this game. I also like the Cavs minus 5.5. They should not have lost that first game, and they know it. I think they roll tonight. I'm going to say it. Julius Randle's so awesome, and I love him so much. He's also very overrated. And 5.5 at home. This is what they were favored by in the first game. I think they covered this one. And let's go to hockey.
Yeah.
These are my 2 teams that I'm betting on in this postseason, but one of them I'm betting against. I'm backing the Kraken. And I'm backing the Lightning this year. I think those are the 2 teams that make it to the Stanley Cup final just because of how much I like them. And
I was going to say. I was like, whoa.
Not from a
hockey standpoint?
Intelligence of hockey perspective. This is coming from a odds that I could get them at before. I got them both at like plus 1,000 and plus 1,200.
Yeah, I mean, the Lightning one's not ridiculous for obvious reasons.
Is amazing. So I'm taking the Avs minus 1.5. I think they hit game 1, but for our DNVR people, I'm sorry. I don't think they get out of the first round. I think this Kraken kind of surprising people.
Wow.
That's my bold take this playoff. Hockey, anything can happen, and I'm taking the Lightning money line. Plus 135. It is Austin Matthews, but it's also the Toronto Maple Leafs. So.
Oh, yes. I think that series is going to go to 7. I think Toronto might win the game, but let's see my picks. That's why I stayed away from it, to be quite honest, because I just wasn't sure. Clippers money line. Listen, it's literally no reason other than the fact that it's Scott Foster, and you're giving me plus 290 on it. Yeah, give it to me. Which is concerning because I obviously don't like the idea of the Suns going down 2-0, especially because I think they are the better team. But you're having a man who I don't know. I don't want to say he cheats, but the record. I mean, it is a lot.
Let the record show.
Let the record show. And then the Rangers money line. I like you're giving me the Rangers at plus money. Look, I understand that the Devils have been amazing this year, but A, they're really young. B, they don't have the goaltending that the Rangers have. Rangers have one of the best goaltending. I mean, last season from Igor Shesterkin was one of the best single season goalie performances of all time. You give me that. Plus, they traded for Tarasenko. They traded for Pat Kane, 2 guys who not only have been here before, but have performed at high levels here. This team, I think, is made for the playoffs. So give me the Rangers money line at plus money. Rangers, Devils, under 5.5.
The series is going to be so fun. Dude.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tremendous, just great hockey, but not a lot of goals. I mean, one side is Igor Shesterkin, the other side is a really, really good defensive Devils team that I think is 5th in is either 5th or 8th in goals allowed. Meanwhile, the Rangers are 22nd in the NHL, I believe, in expected goals per game. It's just a matchup made for the under. And then the Vegas money line minus 150. The Golden Knights have handedly beaten the Jets in all 3 games they've played this year. They have another guy in net who has done this before, and Jonathan Quick. We're getting to see Jack Eichel in the playoffs finally, much to my chagrin. Captain Mark Stone is back. A lot of reasons to be on the Golden Knights. I think they win this series relatively easily.
Yeah, it's Winnipeg.
Yeah.
They're fine. Goalie. Let's look at my props for tonight. Scott Foster, under 13.5 points. Yeah. Chris Paul, under 13.5 points. He's going to get it in his head. I don't care if Scott Foster even does anything bad tonight to limit Chris Paul from doing this. I just think Chris Paul is so in his own head when Scott Foster's reffing this game. We saw him talk about it last time in the post-game presser about, just look at the stats. So taking his under on 13.5 points at BetMGM. Also, Nikita Kucherov, not your like crazy 2-goal a game guy in the playoffs, but almost always has a point. I think he starts off hot. Nikita Kucherov, anytime goal, plus 220 at BetMGM.
I like that a lot.
Jaden asking, can I bet money on if Draymond will curb stomp a Kings player next game? No, not yet.
PD is riding with the Kucherov bet. I like it. I have a hockey prop for you.
Can I 1 second? at BetMGM, I don't know if these markets are still available. They probably are. Let me check real fast. You can get markets for the leading goal scorer in each series. And as I said, Kucherov, not, your most prolific goal scorer in this series, obviously with, your Marners, your Braden Points, and your Austin Matthews, but you can get him at like plus 2,000 or something crazy to lead the series in goals. Maybe it's not that lofty. I did place the bet. Let me see what I got it at. But yeah, anyway, go ahead.
I like it. Yeah, let's see my props. First off, Jared McCann anytime goal. First playoff game in the history of the Seattle Kraken. Jared McCann, the leading goal scorer, quietly one of the best goal scorers in hockey this year. Giving me, it is a team's leading goal scorer in their first ever playoff game against a defending Stanley Cup champion who historically did not perform as well in the playoffs the following year. I'm going to take it at plus money easily. I think I just like it. It just, I mean, I don't think the Kraken are winning the series by any means, but the Kraken are fun. And I do think the Avalanche are not as good as last year. And there's just a handful of reasons this is fun. And then Jarrett Allen, double-double, minus 115. He hit it in points last game, but not the rebounds. He averages like 13 rebounds a game. And the Cavs have a better front court. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, they should have performed better in game one than they did. They got out-rebounded, and that should not happen with that front court. I don't think it'll happen this game. I think you'll get a 12-12, 13-13 kind of game from Jarrett Allen. Decent odds on it. I like him to get a double-double.
Love it. I like us to be watching the games in these comfy-ass chairs in our office.
Shut up, more furniture. Yeah. There's baseball already today. There's baseball live
This
now.
Is the best stretch of sports.
It truly is.
And if you have any more, don't have any reason to be watching the games on a more furniture recliner, go get some. Go get a reason, and your reason is tonight. PHNX Suns pregame and postgame show for the game. So do that.
And Coyotes GM Bill Armstrong. Live in literally 10 minutes on the PHNX.
He just walked in.
Did he just walk in?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think he's here yet. Maybe he will give you
guys,
some
it's been a pleasure
info.
as always. We're live here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel, usually every Monday through Friday at noon, but sometimes you got to shift things around when a GM is in your office. But we'll be live tomorrow at noon. Make sure to tune in every single Monday through Friday. And you can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. If you can follow Shawn on Twitter at Shawn_pause. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. And follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. But until next time, peace, love, and get out of here.